All right, I hate to part to it, but here it is, the grand finale, where the rules, I hope, kind of come together for you. Now, we're going to do some practice problems on the next video where it should all kind of come together. If this is just too much information, we're going to try to pull it together with some sample problems. So don't skip the sample problems either. So here we go. So here are your rules. There are 4 of them, but I like to make things a little simple. This rule is just the opposite of this rule. So really it's one rule and the other one is just flipped. I'll make sense of that. So look at it. What if the degree of your polynomial is odd? See, that's a 1, that's a 3, that's a 5. All 3 of these are considered odd degree, but their rules are the same, okay? So the leading coefficient is positive. Now, y equals x, we said, looks like this. Now, so these little lines aren't perfect. They're just telling you that this is definitely going to go like up to the right and down to the left. This one, if you remember, I'm going to use the purple one. It's a little bit wonky, but it's kind of like that. So it's way different drawing, but the rules are the same. X to the 5th, I'm not even going to try to draw that, but the rules are the same. So as x approaches negative infinity, what's my end behavior? Well, it doesn't matter if it's the purple one or the red one. I'm going left. I'm eventually going down. That'd be negative infinity. How about as x moves to the right? That's all that this means. Fancy way of saying, stay on your roller coaster ride, but move to the right. Both of them are going up. Now, what's all this about? Well, the degree is still odd, so it fits into this category, but this is negative, 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 which means I take these drawings and I flip them. So that means the red one would now look like this. Whoops, that was horrible. I should go right through the center. And the purple one will just go like this, something like that. So this is simply this one flipped over the x-axis. So now the rules change. As x approaches negative infinity, you're going this way on the roller coaster ride, that's going to be positive for this one. How about as your ride goes, like if my cart is right here and I move to the right, that's all that means. I'm going along the x-axis to the right, I'm going to eventually go down. End behavior, where does it end? Well, that'd be negative infinity. 2 more samples. Okay, so last 2 sample problems of the pre-lesson. So here are the rules. So what if my degree is even? Well, that's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 6. Notice that? All even. And the leading coefficient is positive. There's a 1, there's a positive 2, I snuck that one in there, and there's a positive 1. The leading coefficient, if it's a 2, a 3, a 4, that doesn't mean anything. The graphs are going to change a little bit, but the rules are the same. As you can see, y equals x squared, we know that that looks like this. So if I took this away, and I thought, oh, that's where this comes from, you're right. Now, x to the 4th is going to be like, have a little bump in it, like that. X to the 6th might have a couple bumps in it, like that. You don't have to worry about that for today. The rules are, what are the end behavior? Well, so let's take this rule. As x moves left, so I'm going to say, okay, let's just take a look at something like this, like I showed you, or even this. And I put a cart right here, or I put a cart right here, and I move left. What's the end behavior? Well, I'm going up. So that would be my answer for that one. Now, what if I move to the right? So here's my carts. I got to go to the right. Eventually, I'm going up to infinity as well. So both of my answers are the same. Transition. Same things. Odd. Degree is, ooh, whoa, almost screwed that up. Even. So we got a 2. I meant to put a 4 there. And then I got a 6. So all these are even. But I changed my leading coefficient. Now the leading coefficient is negative. What does it do to the rule? Flips it. So my rule would would be like this. You think about it, this would just be like that. Now that's a pretty wonky version of it, but it doesn't matter. The rules are the rules are the rules. So as my little upside down, and they have those, roller coaster goes left. Notice, well, I didn't have to erase that, it's going down. So that's negative infinity. There's my answer. It's going down. And then as my roller coaster moves to the right, eventually it's going to go down as well. So there's my other answer. They're just both negative. It's just the flip of this one. So they're the same rule, but this one is the flip of that one. So you've got even degree, but things change if the leading coefficient is positive versus negative. Then you got the odd degree. So take a look at this, rewind and watch it again, and it might be clear. It's a lot of information, but once you start seeing it, it can be simple. You just work with it, be patient.